Okay. Today, I would like to summon one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Can I get a round of applause for the guest that's going to be on our pod today, Dr. Love. Hey, Dr. Love.
Hey, T. How
What's
are you?
up?
You're smiling a lot today.
I know. I don't know. I don't know why I can't.
Thanks for coming to visit, Dr.
Yeah, I feel
Love.
good. Thank you. You know what I'm smelling? Yeah, I know why. That's not true. I know why, because I am trying to, I've been praying more. I've been having more of a personal relationship. I feel like I'm trying to get closer to the Lord and have a more
Yes.
personal relationship. And it's something to it's something to smile about, right?
It's something to smile
making
about.
sure that I'm focusing my attention on the right things. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, well, God is love. So
Amen.
if you're diving in those areas, then I'm sure you're feeling it. Feeling great, feeling blessed, feeling thankful. So,
All right. So I need to ask Dr. Love a question.
okay.
And I'm not going to say who this person is because people know they hate when I do this. Like, I hate talking to you because you're always putting stuff on your podcast.
Yeah, no, literally.
You give good material. Thank you. So I'm not going to say who you are to me in my life because people would figure it out. But you are someone who I know. I'm not going to say who you are, but I'm going to ask this to Dr. Love. Like, I'm going to be specific in a moment, but I want to start off real broad and ask you, are there certain loves that are not right? Meaning that, let me go a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Are there certain things that it's a no-go when hooking up with someone? Like, is there certain people to stay away from? And I'm going to tell you why, but I want to get a more broader answer, and then we can really drill down, be specific, and I'll tell you what happened or what has happened. I think they're not dealing, but they did, and they see each other like nothing ever happened. I'm like, y'all nasty. But are there certain things that you should stay away from? Certain people that's like a no in your life that you'd be like, you know what? Because of your relationship is X, I cannot mess around with you.
I think in the human experience, there are always things you should be cognizant of.
Sure.
I think everything that you do has a consequence.
For sure.
So you should set boundaries for yourself, because in the human experience, when you're emotional, when you're in a bad place, when you're in a vulnerable place, you're able to do anything. And that's the challenge and the battle every day, is to choose and do the right thing every day. It's really hard to do that.
Right.
So if you don't have those guardrails, those bumpers, then you will go all the possible ways, which all compound into how you choose to live your human experience going forward. So,
love it.
Yes. I think there are people you should stay away from, and situations you should not.
Yeah. So boundaries for sure, right?
Yes.
Like, I think some that come naturally to me is folks who like are friends. Like, I'm not going to mess with anyone who was a friend, is a friend, like they're any of the folks that they've dealt with. I think is nasty. I think
friend's
it's wrong.
Person.
Yeah, I just like, that's just a no-go for me. Like, I'm not going to do it. And I know there's some real raunchy people, because I know a few who I know who were friends who mess around with someone who I used to deal with. I just think that's nasty. You're a ho-ho and you got a husband, but that's another story for another time. But that's just not.
Hold on, let's be specific. So you're talking about someone who is single messing with someone who's with someone.
Well, I just know. I'm actually not.
Or someone who is, they're not in a relationship. They're single now, but they're not in a relationship with those people that they used to.
Well, I was using it as an example. Actually, no, this is different. I was using it as an example, as that is a boundary that I would stay away from. Like, I would not date any friends, people.
For you.
Right. For me. I wouldn't date any of my exes. Like, some guy I used to date, I'm not going to date any of his friends.
Some cultures have different
different
rules,
things.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not going to date anyone connected to people that like if you were someone who was a friend or is a friend to me, I'm not going to date anyone that you mess with. Right.
I agree.
And then if you were someone
Those are
I
also
dealt
my
with,
rules.
like, and if you were someone I dealt with in the past, I ain't messing with anyone connected to you either. I think that's out of respect. But so that's one example. Another example, which is way off the grid, what I'm going to talk about right now, is this person that I know slept with. It's not their blood cousin. It's not, but it's someone that they kind of grew up as cousins, right? Like through family. And so, like, families calling that person auntie and uncle, their parents. So, although they were like married into the family, so no, there's no blood, there's none of their bloodlines running through each other's veins, but you guys grew up as cousins. I think that's nasty. I do. It's like, I know that there's no, like, I want to make it very clear. These two individuals are not blood related.
Yeah.
But they grew up as cousins by being married into a family, right?
Yeah.
So someone got married in a family, became family. And for the past gazillion years, we've all referred to us as cousins.
Yeah.
So to see them mess around is like, ew. It feels wrong. It feels wrong to me.
I would ask you to define nasty because, again, if you have boundaries, and your boundaries are blood, and in this instance, there is no blood, and
I think it's just because you grew up as family. That's why. That's why it just feels wrong to me because we've only known each other as family members. So
yeah, but you have to understand love. So
well, they don't love each other. They were just smashing. It's over. But
okay, but there is some form of love. If you grew up with somebody, you have some kind of connection, some kind of bond.
Yeah, but that don't mean you're supposed to be sleeping with each other.
And those are your rules.
They
Those
are my
aren't.
rules.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Clearly,
trying to get.
they're my rules.
So I'm trying to be, on
like someone in the middle. Like yes, trying to balance
right?
the scales as much as we can.
Yeah, for you, I understand. For myself, I don't think I would do anything like that. But again, if it's not my blood, and people judge me for it, and I choose to do that, that's what I choose to do.
Yeah, and this is coming from some person who was pro-love in any and every way. Like, I believe, like, we should love whoever we want. Like, there should be no boundaries. And I don't think that
and I think there should be some boundaries.
And I think, well, in this regard, I'm talking about in regards to, like, who you love. Like, like, there's no set thing that says you can't love someone of the same gender, because I believe you can love who you want to love, no matter, cross
I believe
race.
that too.
I just believe, like, love is your thing with some boundaries. Like I just explained, like, don't date people who are connected to you, like people who are your friends. Don't date someone that they used to deal with. And, and for me, I think I've struggled with this one because I look at them as both someone who, like, these are just family. So when I see how I look at it is like two family members messing around.
But I hear you contradicting yourself. You're saying no boundaries, but then you're saying this is a boundary.
Well, no. I said there are some boundaries. I just meant, like, you can love who you want outside of your family.
But it just can't
but
be
you
somebody.
Can't be family. It can't be your own family, and it can't be someone that is, like, connected to one of your friends.
Yeah, I think it's
unless your friend gives you the green light, I guess that's okay. Like, if you talk it over and you tell your friend, like, hey.
And again, like I said, some cultures don't really care.
They don't care.
They make out with the same people in the same party. And you're like.
Yeah, well, if it's mutual, like if you and your friend, like, listen, I'm not going to be against anything you and your people got into. So
that's what I'm saying.
If you and your partner
rules,
is into threesomes and y'all got a friend and y'all hook up with y'all friend, then
that's on y'all.
That's on y'all. Like, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that don't be mindful about how you can hurt people. I think that's where more I'm coming from.
Okay.
So it's like
now
hurting
you're going somewhere
others
else.
that's impacted, right?
Okay.
So I think that's
your
more
relation, the impact of your relationship and your dealings.
Right.
Please consider that. Please think about that because it's not just you.
Right.
Right.
So if you know,
okay, so
that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's coming out. Like, sometimes you got to warm me up. I'm like
you gotta talk it out. Yeah.
I'm like an old Chevy. You got to, like, turn me on, let me warm up a little bit. Like, and I'm warming up, but that's what it is. Like, if you know that you are intentionally hurting. Now, there's some people who you don't care, because I have someone in my family who is gay and my family don't love it and they believe that it's hurting them. It's like, get out of here. It ain't hurt you.
Yeah.
These people, that person can love whoever they want. Go kick
And you
rocks.
don't know the person that they over here
like,
talking
shut up.
to.
You ain't hurt. You hurt your damn self. That person ain't hurting you.
Exactly.
But if you know that you are dealing with someone that someone in your life that's close to you used to love, that to me is like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Or if the person that you're dealing with is in a circle that other people like could potentially hurt other people, like I think that's a little different. And that's what I'm saying. Like, just be a little bit thoughtful about the decisions that you make.
I hear you. For instance, if I was to raise a child, a biological child, and then I was to not even adopt, but take in someone else, and I raise them as
like from a baby.
And then
so you raise this person
and
as
then
a
they
baby.
start to date.
Yeah.
But I have raised them as brother and sister.
As siblings. Yes, that's it.
Whatever.
That's it. Yes.
I can understand that's a very hurtful dynamic to the core and the ecosystem of how we all operate.
We didn't rate, you're like family.
I understand that.
Slept in the same room and shared the same clothes. I don't know. But
yeah. So again, not my place or your place to really tell them what to do. You can share that this hurts. This is awkward. It's weird. It's affecting the dynamic.
Different. Yeah.
We used to have barbecues, we all used to have roles, and now it's different.
And now y'all bumping and grinding with no clothes on. It just seems different. But let us know what you think, tippers. Is it okay for you? Let's be specific because we are a place of inclusivity. So we want to be careful with our words, but let's be very specific. If you were raised as family members in the same household, y'all was raised as family members, is it okay for you to then shift almost 40 years later and go from friends to bumping and grinding? Let us know. Hit us up at Tipping the Scales, at LaShayla, or at Tania L. Rivers, and let us know. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
And thank you, Dr. Love. Bye.